Life, Gustave Flaubert gained a reputation as an author who always put their art before anything else, who endured poverty, tragedy, heartbreak, and loneliness to fulfill the purpose of his grand designs. The great beauty of Madame Bovary lies in the author's separation from the work, achieving near perfection with what the French call le mot juste. Bovary was at its time a vulgar story, but the removed treatment of such an inflammatory topic was what made it such a beautifully wrought tale. The story begins with the life of a young Charles Bovary as a schoolboy, moving from him marrying a 45-year-old woman who dies quickly to him courting the daughter of one of his patients, a young Emma. Right away we get the impression of her as distracted, aesthetically inclined, and bound to the materialism of society Flaubert himself viewed with great pessimism. But that's not to say that Charles Bovary is perfect either. As a bumbling, inept idiot, he becomes the heel to all of Emma's longings. When she goes to the family ball of a local comte, she succumbs to the yawning fissure of an unlived life. And enamored by a collection of romances and classic books, she wants more. After they move to Yonville, a tiny village outside of Rouen, Emma begins a short affair with a man named Léon Dupuis, but he leaves and she is once again left alone. In this town, she meets a series of unpleasant characters that can offer her no help at all, including an abbot who won't attend to her concerns, Omer, a grotesque rationalist quack who owns a pharmacy, and Lheureux, a corrupt drape salesman. Sick of her environs, she embarks on a full-fledged adulterous affair with Rodolphe, a young and crass landowner. As her passions grow, Rodolphe realizes the position he's been put in and seeks to escape. This all culminates in a famous scene where Rodolphe's false declarations of love are combined with the awarding of manures at an agricultural show right by them. From there she meets Léon in Rouen once more, but financial scruples begin her eventual decline towards complete ruin. Tired of the rudimentary efforts she must undergo to fulfill her adulterous relationships, she goes back to Yonville and stuffs arsenic powder into her mouth. It is a brutal ending to a bleak tale that seems to bring ruin to everybody but the novel's great rationalist, Omer. Madame Bovary did far more than just inspire grocery store paperbacks about rugged ruralists and lonely housewives. The novel was, in the eyes of some critics, the great contemporary novel, the one that did away with grandiose tales of adventure, urban life, and romance. The precision of the novel alone is enough to justify Flaubert's incessant desire for artistic perfection. No longer did novels need to be about people of great significance. The character did not need to precede the novel, and if Emma's voracious reading habits are an indication of anything, it's that the medium was beginning to go full circle. This wasn't about the heroes we could only access on the page. Literature was turning more inwardly, looking at the decisions of the average person. He's not editorializing his environment, and her imagery is extremely inclusive, describing nice pastoral scenes among dung heaps. While not a psychological expert, Flaubert is very careful about the treatment of his characters, the logic of their decisions, and the consequences of their actions. At one point, Charles Bovary performs unsuccessful surgery on a club-footed boy after reading up on the experimental surgery, and his clopping leg is heard throughout the novel thereafter. The act sublimely reflects the dangers of misreading in a world caught on becoming, in Flaubert's eyes, dangerously rationalist. While it is not flawless, it is one that comes to life in its exactitude. To those who haven't read it, it may seem like an extremely commonplace novel, but Flaubert is doing this on purpose. He's going under the knife and dissecting the minutiae of the lives of citygoers citygoers may have been overlooking on the trains from Paris to Rouen. All in all, the book is enshrouded by pessimistic overtones, but again, it's not seeking to redeem romantic notions of love and lust. It reveals that fiction is in some way circular. The more precise a fiction, the more real it is. While Bovary has had its fair share of detractors, the book stands among Don Quixote and Robinson Crusoe as a pioneer of contemporary fiction. Not only is it a literary classic because of its detail and richness, but it's also timeless because it speaks to our own understanding and misunderstanding of fiction. Emma's attempt to realize her fantasies is a testament to art, literature, and humanity itself. Like Don Quixote, we are bound, in pleasure and in pain, to the stuff of our dreams.